This is a fun slide, and these are just some visual reminders that I posted in my classroom, among many, to remind boys and girls that when we are reading, we do need to pay attention to fluency. And if they're not being fluent, I can point to this poster or this area of the classroom that they can get a reminder. So the first one is the little stoplight, and it reminds the boys and girls that when you get to a period, a question mark, or an exclamation mark, you take a stop. And they don't stop forever. We need to teach them that. But it is where you basically take a breath before you go on. When you get to a comma or a hyphen, we pause. And also our 3 dots go there. And then the go part of our stoplight is where we want them to read smooth and fast at the appropriate pace. And there's just some text there on the stoplight. And you can create your own, or you can buy a poster that looks like that. The poster on the left, I actually put this in their reading workshop folder that they used when they read independently. But I also had smaller signs in the fluency area. So the first one was on smoothness. We want our words to be smooth and not bumpy, and they can kind of visualize that with our car and our roads. We want our expression to be showing emotion, so we have our little emoticons there. And actually, one of my favorite activities, kind of jump ahead, is when you're reading with 2nd and 3rd graders and we want them to try different voices. Instead of having character cards, I have emoticon cards, and I'll say, oh, read like this emoticon or this emoticon, and they love it because emoticons are cool. We also want to remember our pace. And I remember specifically a little boy, I can picture him in my head right now. He was the fastest reader I had ever met. And he was a good reader, but he really thought the faster you read, the better reader you were. And the problem was, he had a reading level that, looking at accuracy, was off the charts. He was a 1st grader, but his accuracy was in the middle of a 2nd grade reading level. But his comprehension of what he was reading was way behind. It was way back, I don't know, almost a grade level behind his accuracy level. Because he read too fast, he couldn't remember what he read. He couldn't process it. And so part of being a fluent reader is not going too fast and not going too slow. And I used to say, you're breaking the reading speed limit. And he'd get all bashful, but he would slow down. And so I always have the reading speed limit posted, and we have that not too quickly, read just right, and not too slowly. And you have to find that middle speed. And then, again, the phrasing, we have to remember to stop at punctuation and to look ahead to get the correct phrases. And these reminders do help. The fluency poster on the right is not something I use in my classroom because I just found it recently, but it's a card for each of the skills you're going to explicitly teach, and they're related to Star Wars, which is really popular right now. And so there's a phrasing poster and an accuracy poster, and for rate, punctuation, expression. These are free, as you can see by the little banner, and I have them pinned on my pin board, which you can get to in a little bit later in the presentation. If you'd like to print them out, they're free, and so they're a great resource to put in your classroom.